But you have got to place the ball in the right spot. It's got dog legs, it's got straightaways, it's got drivable par fours, it's got lengthy par fives, it's got par threes with teeth. It's got a little bit of everything. My measure for success of a good round, or how I say I truly enjoyed a golf course, is if it's a course that uses every club in your bag at least once. And I think Quixote does that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Robbie here today. Jonathan could not make it, but I just wanted to jump on real quick and help preview today's episode. It was already recorded. I was able to go on site to the Quixote Club in Sumter, South Carolina, and sat down with the head professional Colin Grant to talk a little bit about what the course is doing, both on the course and off the course. The Thompson brothers that purchased the old Sunset Country Club are doing great things, but I'll let Colin tell us a little more about that during the interview. But I wanted to give thanks to a couple of our friends of the program and mention them as we get started. Holderness and Bourne. If you're watching the podcast later with Colin, you'll see he's wearing a good-looking Holderness and Bourne shirt. But that's what they do. They make clothes for all types, for on and off the course. They're moving into their fall collection now, which are based on styles and inspirations from Scotland, the home of golf. So check those out. I did see they released some hoodie recently that caught my eye. I might have to grab one of those things. I highly recommend that you do the same. Go to hbgolf.com. You can shop and find all sorts of things. As the weather changes, you probably need a pullover or a hoodie to start your round. Maybe it warms up enough to show off their good-looking polos as well. But hbgolf.com, use the code BESTBALL for complimentary shipping on your order. Another friend of the program, Louis Rittberger, and the team at Western Birch. They are incredible. I've mentioned before. I've gotten some custom tees from them. Actually, he just helped me get some for my daughter's golf team. It was easy to work with. Uploaded a design. They got that thing printed in the cup. Matched some colors for the stripes on the side. These things look great. Excited for the team to be able to use them. But Western Birch, they make all kind of custom golf tees. They have some already designed with different colors you can pick from. Go to westernbirch.com and find tees that are going to last, because they're really high quality. I can't stress that enough, especially for those that come down on the ball hard. You're probably not going to break as many as you think. They'll last you for a while. But go to westernbirch.com. Again, use the code BESTBALL in the shipping cart and get a free gift with your order. But without any more delays, let's get to Colin Grant and my interview with him at the Quixote Club in Sumter, South Carolina. Y'all enjoy. All right, Robbie here at Quixote Golf Club in Sumter, South Carolina, here with Colin Grant, the head golf professional. Colin, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely, Robbie. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
For a mid-August day when we're recording this thing, this might be like the perfect weather day that we've had so far.
It was potential light hoodie weather this morning. When I walked out, I was letting the dogs out, and I was like, hold on. I thought about it, but then I remembered what can happen, how quickly it can change, so I kind of held off on that.
It will quickly get hot here. Well, Quixote is kind of one of the new private clubs here in South Carolina. A lot of people have been raving about it. It's on, the must-play list in South Carolina and in the Southeast, if not throughout the entire country. But let's start with you. You're fairly new here at Quixote. How did you get involved with golf? Let's start there. When did you first pick up a club?
Oh, man. For the longest time, I played golf occasionally once a year. I played with my grandfather and my dad on Father's Day. Or my mom, actually, she played a lot of golf. She's the one who really kind of pushed me into the game. But I grew up playing baseball. 99% of us all of us golfers. Grew up playing baseball. Fell in love with golf the first time I played. It was really fun, but I didn't think that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play baseball. Wanted to play college ball, work my way up. But long story short, had an opportunity to play for the golf team at my high school, made the team, fell in love with it, went and toured Clemson University, go Tigers. And they said that they had the professional golf management program, which sadly Clemson doesn't have it anymore. But I asked my tour guide, what is that? He said, oh, you learn how to, take care of the course and cut the grass. That didn't sound like that was up my alley.
Yeah.
But then I did some research when I got back home, and I was like, wait, I can learn how to teach the game, play the game, and be at a golf course all the time. That sounds fantastic. So I took that opportunity, went to Clemson, did my 4.5 years there, lots of internships while I was there, graduated a Class A professional, went back to Atlanta right after graduation, worked at St. Ives Country Club. And from St. Ives, I went and worked for a very short stint, kind of closer to here, Orangeburg Country Club.
Oh, yeah.
But then an opportunity opened up, and I got to spend almost 6 years at Sage Valley Golf Club. What an incredible place.
Sure.
Sage Valley is world-renowned, world-class place. And our owners here at Quixote are members there, as well as our director of operations here on the ground. And I knew Chuck, who kind of recruited me over here, said, hey, we're looking for our next head professional. I think you've been in it long enough. You want to give it a go. My wife and I sat down and we talked about it, and the rest is history. So I've been here about 2.5 months now after leaving Sage Valley, and what an incredible journey it's been to get here. It's been awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned Sage Valley. Orangeburg, I think Orangeburg is one of the hidden gems in South Carolina as well.
It's such a fun track. It's so well manicured. It's one of those ones like you hear Orangeburg, and you kind of, it maybe if you've been there, but then you get to the country club and it speaks for itself. And a lot of that I see here in Quixote in the sense of, like, my wife is from the area. She's not from Sumter, but a small town called Manning.
Yeah.
And we used to come hang out over here in Sumter with some of her friends. And the first time someone was like, you got to come over to Sumter and play Quixote, I was just like, probably won't. But then I came over here, and I mean, you get inside the gates, and again, it speaks for itself. What a special spot. Yeah,
you're blown away. This is my second time here. I came probably a month ago. That's when I first met you with a member, Stephen Milne, a good friend of mine. And he said, you got to come play it. And it's funny, as we were sitting here setting up, I see some folks from our church show up, a couple that are members and some that I've known for a long time that love golf. So I know they're out there probably on the range right now getting warmed up.
Enjoying
they're going to have a great day. And we're looking forward to doing that as well. Now, Quixote, prior to being Quixote, was Sunset Country Club, correct? Mm-hmm. Did you ever play it then?
I did not. I never played Sunset. I've only heard the legends that people told me prior to me getting here. My former director of golf at Sage Valley, he was telling me, because he grew up playing a lot of South Carolina junior golf, and he was like, man, Sunset was a cool spot, but it's he hasn't been out here since it's become Quixote. So he's excited to get out here and see it sometime soon, and hopefully visit. And from what I've seen, the old renderings of Sunset to what this has become, like what we did with the driving range, the maintenance facility, a lot of the back nine being restructured, from what I've heard, it's just night and day different, but you can still feel the old bones that were Sunset.
Okay. Yeah, it's I never played it. I had family that were in the Sumter area, so we'd come out and see it every now and then. I think came to a wedding here before, way back in the day. But so 2019, brothers Greg and Lewis Thompson purchased this property, and they had a desire not only to build an incredible golf course, but to have a mission, correct? I think one of the taglines, connecting, inspiring, and changing lives through golf. So there's a Quixote Foundation, but talk a little bit, let's first talk about the mission behind Quixote.
Absolutely. Greg and Lewis from Sumter, born and raised, have worked their way up to where they are now, and they can see the potential that the city of Sumter has, and they both love the game of golf. So they get a hold of Sunset, they turn it into Quixote, and immediately their vision is not, great, now we have a place to just go play golf and mess around all the time. It's, how can we make this the best club it can be and promote it into the community and give back to the community from it. And I mean, what an incredible journey that they've been on. Everything that they do for the city of Sumter. I mean, the whole thing is just up and coming. I mean, downtown Sumter is just getting new breath breathed into it, and it's got a new life. And that's definitely their mission. I mean, the quote that you gave, it's on the back of our scorecard so that people can see it when they're playing, so that they can understand where Greg and Lewis's minds are when they're doing what they're doing here at the club.
That's awesome. And I know a lot of what the foundation's all about is education, right? Children, families, supporting charter schools, correct?
That's right. Yeah, the Liberty STEAM Charter School currently has just north, I believe, of 600 students across 2 campuses. I believe there was a big announcement yesterday. They're going to extend more into one of their campuses that used to be the Sumter Mall, and they are going to have a couple more grades added so that they can continue to grow the school and grow the mission. I think they've got almost 1,200 students on the wait list to get in there. My wife is an educator, and I can see there's certain areas where the education system is struggling. I think that goes without being said, but what they're giving to the the scholars, at the Liberty Steam Charter School is phenomenal. It's giving them an opportunity that they may not have otherwise. It's giving them a chance to be someone special, come out on top, and just kind of like have that foot forward that they need. It's incredible, to say the least.
Yeah, that's awesome how, and you've seen this before, we mentioned Old Barnwell, they've got a mission and a purpose, and other courses that are private in nature have a membership base, but they really get the members to rally behind a mission. And so what Quixote is doing, what the Thompson brothers have planned is really cool in what they're doing. But we are also here at a beautiful golf course.
Yes,
right?
We are.
So designed by Chris Spence of Spence Golf Design, Jack Nicklaus II. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the course, right? For somebody that hasn't seen it, hasn't looked it up, one, stop this recording or stop this podcast or video and go check it out. Tell us about the course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, I've played the last 6 years of my golf. I would say 99% of my rounds have been at Sage Valley Golf Club. What a fantastic place to get to say I play. But it is a driver's paradise. Mm-hmm. It's a great golf course, but you can kind of hit it a lot of places and just fly it to the green and have a good day and get around the course. Here, oh my gosh, when I say I struggled coming out of the gate is an understatement. I think the only really good round I've had here was actually my playing interview. So thank goodness that's when my really good round showed up. But you have got to place the ball in the right spot. It's got dog legs, it's got straightaways, it's got drivable par fours, it's got lengthy par fives, it's got par threes with teeth. It's got a little bit of everything. My measure for success of a good round, or how I say I truly enjoyed a golf course, is if it's a course that uses every club in your bag at least once. And I think Quixote does that. You could get around just hitting the same shot every so often, but it truly does call for a lot of different shots. The Bermuda conditions this time of year, unbelievable. The greens are smooth as glass. We're coming fresh off our club championship this last weekend, so y'all are set for a really good day out there. It's in great shape.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that from playing it. The one time I've played it seems like you mentioned using every club in your bag, but there's not a ton of trees out here, so the wind can be a factor, and it does force you to hit different kind of shots. Yeah,
no, it definitely does. The wind can really get going. I've seen it hold a steady 25, 30 mile per hour breeze while people have been playing.
Breeze.
Yeah. That's a breeze out here, should I say. It can definitely get up there, but it's a constant breeze, and it calls for different shots. You've got to be able to shape the shot or play the wind properly to take advantage of this golf course. And if you can take advantage of it, you can really score out here, but you got to be in the right spots.
Yeah. So what are some of the unique features about the course, or maybe a couple holes that just stand out? I don't know if you have a signature hole, but what stands out about the course?
I would say what stands out about it are the greens complexes leading up to them. It feels like there's a lot of bowl top greens that you've got to get to. If you come up short or you hit it to the side, you're going to be having to play a really tough up and down shot. The bunkers can really get you. You can see the design in both Greg and Lewis's mind and the course architects. They said, we really want Carolina Links style golf. And I think that's what the direction a lot of people are going, and there's nothing wrong with that, building into the natural topography of what you've got to work with. So there's some pop bunkers out there, but I think, and this is maybe not even the golf course, but you can stand on the backside of 11 green, and you can see the entire golf course. Oh, wow. I think the only pin you can't see is 9 because you're blocked out by the clubhouse. But standing there, you can see the entire 169 acres that we have, and see the beauty of it. And there's these giant gorgeous oak trees that are built up around some of the greens. There's these beautiful pines that at one point I guess were twisted around each other. You'll see it if you look to the right of 16 green. you'll see it. And I would say for me, 16, 17, and 18 are like our signature holes, which I know a lot of courses say that.
Sure.
But it's true. 16, the drivable par 4, tight as all get out. 17, long par 3 over the water. And then 18 is a demanding tee shot. If you try to take off more than you can actually chew, you're going to be in trouble on 18.
Yeah, the one time I played it, I pulled it so far left that the water wasn't even a factor. So
that's sometimes the smart move if you haven't played it before.
Yeah, no, it is a beautiful course. There are a lot of signature holes in my mind. I think they all kind of stand on their own. If you would compare Quixote, or maybe there's not, but is there a course that somebody might be familiar with that it might compare to?
Let's see. It's that Carolina Links style golf, right? So, like, to me, my mind kind of travels like Myrtle Beach in a sense. If you play over at the barefoot courses, the private course, the Dye course, it has almost that Pete Dye feel. A lot of natural waste areas, but you've got to work the shot. You've got to be able to play the wind. I wouldn't say they go hand in hand because this is definitely more open. I would think probably from what I've seen, definitely like a tree farm vibe, old Barnwell type vibe. Just everything's right there in front of you. You just got to be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah. One of the cool things I think is the windmill, right? I was going to ask, how did that become a symbol or logo of the course?
Absolutely. The whole thing is based around, Don Quixote. And my understanding is that, he believed you could turn a windmill into the castle on a hill. Basically, people would look up to that. And I think that was kind of part of what they were going for. You could take something and turn it into this magnificent dream. You start with what you've got and you build from the ground up. And I think that was the mission of the course. That was the mission that Liberty Steam Charter was tagging onto here, and that our membership fully buy into and believe in. And how can you not?
Yeah.
It's special.
Yeah, well, for logo fans like us, it is one of the best new logos. It's got like kind of a modern feel, something that you feel like has been around forever. Well, we're sitting in the ballroom of a ridiculous clubhouse. And I say clubhouse, there's a dining facility, there's ballroom here, nice pro shop, locker rooms. What all is this used for, like the clubhouse in general? I mean, have there been weddings out here? What do you guys use it for?
Right out on this lawn, right, that we can see here, we host weddings out there. We'll have wedding actual ceremonies. We'll have receptions out there. We'll definitely use this, funny enough, for our kids clinic if we needed it. When it looked like there was going to be some rain coming in, we had this as a indoor putt-putt course right here in the ballroom. But we also use it for debutante balls in the area. There's all sorts that the club can do, and I think that just, again, invests in the community, right? We open our doors more than to just our membership, because we have something really special here, and we want people to be able to see that and utilize it too, and not just, we don't want that stuffy feel. We want that welcoming, welcome home, you're part of the family feel.
Yeah. Well, I had mentioned before, I saw a couple of my buddies pull up and from Columbia, 45 minutes away, easy. And I've got a number of them that are members here, but you guys have a kind of a national pool for a membership. Tell us a little bit about that. And I think there's cottages that are either here or coming or...
Yeah, absolutely. So right off of the side of number 9, we've got 2 houses that the Thompsons purchased. One of them, actually, to my knowledge, is the one that Greg and his wife moved into right after getting married. But they decided to buy it, backed up to Sunset, and now it's part of Quixote, and we've turned those 2 into cottages, and we've got another one that's actually across the street from those 2 that we use as a cottage. I think the ultimate goal as we continue to grow and branch out to a national membership is to fill those things up all the time. Sorry, I really wish we could help you out, but we're booked is really the answer that we want to have one day. And when that time comes, I think the opportunity will arise for us to build more cottages here on property. I think that's the ultimate goal, and I think the goal was to do that initially, but we got big quick in the sense of how we are now, right? We opened up, and there was a lot of people chomping at the bit to get out here and play, and they're like, well, we got to do something. We don't have time to tell people, no, you can't stay. We got to figure something out. And so we've got those houses right now that are they're beautiful on the inside. They're so homey. You don't feel uptight going in there. You feel like you can kick your shoes off and relax, which is really special, because when people come on these trips, they come to Quixote, you want to feel like you can relax. And so I think ultimately the goal is to have some more on here, but it'll definitely be a benefit to our national membership. I think right now we're looking to really start branching out. I know we've got a new member coming from the Augusta area. We got one from Florida a couple weeks ago. I've met some as far away as Pittsburgh. I mean, looking to just really, really branch out so that people from all over, hopefully the world, are coming to play Quixote because they can just feel how special it is and just want to be here.
Yeah, and then you have other things that the Thompsons are a part of, the Sumter Brewery and all those other things. So it's you really are investing into the town of Sumter and kind of making it a place where there's more to do than just the golf. But it's really cool. As we drove in, like you said, you drive in, and you're just kind of blown away by the beauty of the driving range and the clubhouse set up on the hill there. But construction's going on. Is that the practice facility I've been hearing about?
That is going to be our new teaching center. When I say state of the art, I probably feel like I'm going to get in trouble for doing it a disservice because it is going to be state of the art. I have been fortunate enough to be at a lot of really cool places, whether I was just visiting, playing, interning, or working. But I will say that what we've got going into that teaching center is just going to be next level. And that's to not just say we've got the biggest and best, but that's to invest in our membership, invest in the people who want to grow in the game of golf, and help them become the best golfer they can be while providing state-of-the-art amenities. I mean, it's going to be incredible. So you'll have to come back and see it, I hope.
Absolutely.
We would love to have you.
Yeah, and probably could use a lot of lessons. So
that's what it's there for.
Yeah. So why should somebody put Quixote on their must-play list?
Oh, man. Just from the second you get in the gate, you said it. You can see the beauty the second you come in the gate. There's sometimes you make these drives and you don't see where you're headed for a long time. And that's not to say they don't have a pretty drive in, but you see what you get the second you come in our gate. You can see the clubhouse, you can see the practice facilities, and the course speaks for itself. It's really hard to answer that question because it's like you got to come out here to experience it. But between the course, what you see, the facilities, what really makes it is the staff here. I mean, truly Southern hospitality taken to the next level. World-class service. Everything from our grounds crew keeping the course this way to the professional staff that greets you in the pro shop to the F&B team. I mean, everybody is so cohesive and works so well together that I think our membership feels it and our guests sense it and want to be a part of that. And I think that's what does the trick here. It's just true Southern world-class hospitality.
Yeah, I agree. You drive in and the guy who's raking a bunker or something waves at you and, friendly faces here in the clubhouse. You've been an incredible host for this and helping set this thing up. I would highly recommend if you are able, if you can find somebody to get your way over here to Sumter and play the Quixote Club.
Absolutely. We love having people out here. So come on out.
Well, you mentioned you played. We ask everybody, I'm going to shift back to you. We ask everybody, tell us the story of your most memorable golf shot.
All right, most memorable golf shot. I'll be honest, I just had like 5 play through my mind in like a millisecond.
Most good golfers have a bunch they have to go through.
Don't mistake that for me being a good golfer. It's just I've played a lot of golf. So I would have to say it was probably, I was very fortunate and had an opportunity to play Oakmont. Nice. And when playing Oakmont, I don't know if you've ever played it, but the stories are true. You can ask a caddy, what's my line? And they'll tell you, you see that house 800 yards away? Yeah, aim at the left gutter. What if I miss? You're in trouble. That story is true. So I was told my line right off the rip on number 1, drove it left into one of those big old fairway pot bunkers. And caddy hands me my 60 degree, and he's like, dude, just get it back in the fairway. It'll run a little bit towards the hole. Because number 1 is a downhill, slight dogleg left. Green runs from front right to back left. And the pin was back left. It was the Sunday Open locations. They had a big dogfight out that morning, and they said, we're making it tough. So we were playing behind all of that. Got it back out in the fairway. Caddy said, you've got 91 yards. Do not fly this farther than 70 or you're cooked. You're going to be on the interstate behind the green. I was like, okay. Well, I hit what I thought was a really good shot, and he immediately says, get down. And I was like, that's so encouraging. And sure enough, it needed to get down. I flew it a lot. I thought I hit it 70, but maybe it was adrenaline. I don't know. It hit the green about 5 feet from the pin, which was back left, and it hopped once and stopped about 6 inches from the pin, and my caddy stopped dead in his tracks, and my playing partner stopped dead in his tracks, who had also played there a lot, and both looked at me and were like, I have never in my life seen a shot that has done that on this green. And our host member said, I've been here for 30 years and I've never seen it, so props to you. I would say it was probably that, and it may have just been luck, but I mean, that's...
Yeah, when you do something that impresses the caddy and a longtime member, that's impressive.
That was probably the one that I kind of was like, okay, cool. I maybe I can do this.
Every now and then I'll hit a good shot. That's cool.
Yeah, and it was the most fun I've ever had not breaking 84. It was great.
Nice, very nice.
Hey, golf friends. This is Robbie from Best Ball. Are you looking for the ultimate Myrtle Beach golf experience? Well, it's only a click away. Check out the 2-play special at 2 of America's most awarded public golf courses and 2 of my personal favorites. Caledonia Golf and Fish Club and True Blue Golf Club are low country masterpieces featuring 2 iconic Mike Strantz designs. Play these 2 incredible courses for one great price. Visit truebluegolf.com to learn more about the 2-play special and book your tee time today. That's truebluegolf.com.
All right, well, we always do this thing called the Quick 9. It's kind of a rapid fire.
Yeah.
You can be long-winded if you want or short answers, but let's roll through this. Favorite course that you've ever played?
Favorite course that I've ever played, again, back to the Pittsburgh area, and it is my friend's course, Allegheny Country Club.
Okay.
That place, I could play 36 holes there, 365 days a year, and never get tired of it.
Why is that?
It is just, I don't know if it's because I'm used to southern hot Bermuda golf, but I got up there and played with him for the first time a couple years ago in his member guest, and that course calls for every shot, every club in your bag. It can be really, really hard, or you can go really, really low out there. But the history of it, I mean, the member guest that I played in, I think, was their 128th member guest. It's older than the U.S. Open, so like it's got a lot of history. It's the old school locker room with like the wood panels with wicker in between them. I mean, it's a cool spot. I love going up there to see my friend and play golf.
Very nice. What course is at the top of your bucket list?
Oh, Hoopy.
Okay, the match play. Yeah,
I've just heard all the stories, and I think it's probably the most attainable for me. I mean, I could give the cliche Augusta and Pine Valley, but I like to
realistic.
I like to set my expectations where they need to be, and Hoopy, from what I've heard, is just a be-all end-all spot. I want to experience it.
I hear it's incredible.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
All right, so let's say you get to go to Hoopy. Who would be in your dream foursome?
Dream foursome. Wow. I'm gonna say the really cheesy answer. I'm gonna say my granddad on my mom's side. I never had an opportunity to play golf with him. I was all baseball my whole life, and he was all golf. And he passed away before I got into it, and I'd love the opportunity to play a round of golf with him. I'm probably gonna say I gotta pick a pro. I mean, everybody does. I'm gonna say Ricky Fowler.
Okay.
Ricky just seems like a really fun guy to play golf with. And then I'm going to say modern day Tiger. And I say modern day because he feels like he's a little more laid back, like a little easier to talk to. I don't want to play with like 07 Tiger.
Yeah, Navy SEAL training Tiger.
Yeah, no, I'll take the guy that will actually smile every so often. Yeah. So I think that would be my group.
Okay. Well, we asked earlier a little bit, but do you have a favorite hole here at Quixote?
Favorite hole here at Quixote? Let's think. Probably number 3.
Okay.
I am a big fan of a risk-reward hole, and number 3 is very much that short par 4.
At the dogleg right?
Dogleg right, or you can try and give it a rip with a draw over the water all the way to the green. Not going to say that I have succeeded more than I've failed on that hole, but I mean, you could hit a 5-iron off the tee and have a little wedge in and set yourself up for birdie, or you can get aggressive and maybe make an eagle. Or you can make a double bogey.
Yeah.
It can happen really quick out there. I love number 3. It's just a really well done hole.
Yeah, I love holes like that are risk reward and make you execute on a good golf shot. So cool. Jonathan's favorite question. I'm sorry he's not here to ask this, but
I'll forgive him.
Yeah, favorite snack on the golf course.
Favorite snack on the golf course? I have a big sweet tooth. Give me like Skittles or Starbursts or something like that. It just enough sugar to get me through the back 9. That's pretty much it for me.
Very nice. All right, what is the best meal here at Quixote?
Oh man, the first meal I had was when I was here for my interview was the salmon. Oh my gosh, it was just lights out. And I'm big into seafood, or I enjoy it, and I'm not going to say I'm a foodie and I've traveled the world for it, but I mean, that salmon that I had was fall off the fork perfect. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But if you're sitting down for lunch, the grilled chicken Caesar salad wrap, can't go wrong with that. That thing is lights out.
Yeah. Good golf course, good food. That's awesome. All right, we talked about logos before. Quixote has a great logo. Besides this one, what's your favorite golf course logo?
Favorite golf course logo? Am I allowed to be biased?
Yeah.
The SV with the laurels around it. Sage Valley has just the green and gold. You can see that almost anywhere and recognize it. And maybe it is just because I'm biased and I worked there for so long. But, I mean, Sage Valley's got such a good one.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's one of those badge of honor things. You see somebody wearing a Masters shirt, and you're like, well, you just got it because you went to the tournament. But you see that Sage Valley, and you're like, they played it. Tell me the story.
That's exactly it.
Yep. All right, so what's the best thing about being a head pro here at Quixote?
Man, for the longest time, my goal and my mission and what I wanted to be as a golf pro was somebody who invested in the next generation of golf professionals. And I'm not saying that as if I have years and years of wisdom under my belt, but I say that because the golf industry, fortunately, is growing. There is an opportunity to give back and to help mentor the next generation. And so me getting to be a head professional and have these assistants under me, and they're both fantastic.
Give them a shout out.
Will Wheaton and Evan Todd. They're both fantastic. I knew Will from my time when I was in Atlanta, actually, and since then he's gotten into golf. And Evan was already here at the club, and he's been such an integral part for me getting to know this membership. But me being able to invest in them and say, guys, this is what I do because I love it. Is this what you love? And the both of them, the passion and the hunger that they have, gives me an opportunity to help them become the best golf professional they can be. And I was taught this early on in my career. The one thing you cannot teach is attitude. Mm-hmm. You can't teach that. And both of them have such a good attitude. They're both, again, hungry for it and eager to learn. And I appreciate that about them so much. So me getting to be the head professional and give back to an industry that has given so much to me is probably what I'm enjoying the most about it.
That's awesome, man. Great answer. All right, final question. The Quixote Club, finish the sentence. The Quixote Club is
a sight to be seen. I think that's just the best way to put it. I mean, some people, again, you hear Sumter and you may cringe a little because maybe you don't know what Sumter is or you've only heard stories. But Sumter's on the up and up, and Quixote is a large part of that. I mean, it's a sight to be seen. It's a hidden gem. And I know a lot of people say that about their golf course, but just how true it is here, it speaks volumes. And I'm glad you guys get to experience it. I'm glad you get to play again. It's just... I think you're in for a treat, and I think anybody who comes out here is in for a treat. In my 2.5 months here, don't think I've heard anybody come in and truly say anything like, man, this wasn't it. Like, kind of sorry I wasted my day here. I've never even come close to hearing that. So
yeah, and I don't think you will from anybody.
No.
It's an incredible place.
Exactly. It really is.
Yeah. Well, very nice. Colin, thank you so much for, again, the hospitality like you described, for having us out, for joining us on the podcast. We're excited to get out there and hit some golf balls and hopefully put it in the right spot. But yeah, really appreciate you joining us on the Whole Story Podcast.